Friends, it's me again, Atul Verma. Now, today we are going to discuss decision making process. Decision support system are implemented in order to support decision making in an organization. These assumes that the way in which decision making actual will take place in the organization in understood. There are many models of decision making. People with the background in quantitative analysis would typically have been exposed to rational decision making method. Okay, decision making has following distinct phases. First, defining the problem. Second, analyzing the problem. Third, developing alternative solutions. Fourth, deciding upon the best solution, making the decision effective. Fifth one is, and sixth one is implementing and verifying the decisions. Okay, there you can say there is a step: identifying the decision, gather information, identifying alternatives, weighing the evidence, choose alternatives, take action, or review your decision. Okay, there's a few steps which is defined by the companies. Okay, about the DSS. So TSS and define the decision, you realize that you need to make a decision. Try to clearly define the nature of the decision you must make. This first step is very important. Okay, define the decision. First, you have to define it. Okay, you can say defining the problem. Management may see a clash of personalities. The real problem will be poor organization structure. Management may see a problem of manufacturing cost and start a cost reduction drive. The real problem may well be poor engineering design or poor sales planning. In this section, try to make understand that there is a problem which is coming from different department or different areas. So we have to identify proper way to exact problem. Okay, until unless we didn't find the exact problem, we never going to go to the exact solution. Okay, it is a huge problem. If we identify the exact problem, we definitely make a exact solution. It is a uh, first step. Similarly, management may see an organizational problem. A real problem may well be lack of clear objective. In the light of above, the first job in decision making is therefore to find the real problem and to define it. Symptomatic diagnosis, the method used by most managers, is no solutions. Okay, okay. There is a second step. It is based upon experience rather than upon analysis, which alone rules it out for the business managers who cannot systematically acquire this experience to arrive at the definition of the problem. The manager must begin by finding the critical factor. Okay, this is the element in the solution that has to be changed before anything else can be changed, moved, and act upon. To find the critical factor by this is the element in the situation that has to be changed before anything else can be changed, moved, and acted upon. To find the critical factor by state analysis of the problem is not always easy. Often, two subsidiary approaches have to be used. Collect some, for example, collect some patient information before you make your decision. what information is need, the best source of information, and how to get it. These steps involve both internal and external work. Some information is internal. You will seek it through a process of self-assessment. Other information is external. You will find it online, in books, from other people, and from other sources. It is the way of collecting information. Okay, if you want to collect information from anything, you have to take internal and external resources for information gathering. Okay, you in each and every aspect you have to collect the information. Okay, then after they should always take into account both the business as a whole and the activities needed to run it. At the same time, to rule that limit the solution must be thought through. What are the price principles, policy, and rules in conduct that have to be followed? It may be a rule of company never to borrow more than half its capital needed. There's lots of rules there in companies, in any institutions. So you take decision, you have to take information, yeah, you take going with analyze. So according to their policies, don't take anything beyond the policies. Okay, it may be a principle never to hire a man from outside without first considering all inside managers careful, etc. To spell out the rule of necessary because it may case the right decision will require to change accepted policies or practices. Okay. Okay. Second step is analyzing the problem. Analyzing the problem means classifying it and finding the fact. It is necessary to classify. It is necessary to classify to problem in order to know who must make the decision. Make the decision. Who must be consulted in making it and who must be informed. Classification alone can show who has to do what in order to convert the decision into effective action. Okay. There are four principles of classification. First, the futurity of the decision, the time span for which it commits the business to a course of action, and the speed with which the decision can be reversed. Okay, the impact of the decision on other area and functions, the number of qualitative consideration that enter into it, and the uniqueness of periodicity of the decision. Fine. It has been observed that the output of the decision support project, often packaged as decision support system, are not used to support decision making in the way that was intended. These could imply some discrepancy between the decision making process that is being assumed or modeled and the way decision making occur in practices. In order to test assumption about decision making and the use of decision support technologies, This classification can alone ensure that a decision really contributes to the whole business rather than solve an immediate or local problem at the expense of the whole. In getting the fact, the manager has to ask what information does he need for this particular decision. Okay, he has to decide how relevant and how valid are the date in this position. Third one is he has to determine what additional information he need and to do whatever is necessary to get it. There are two mechanical jobs. The information itself needs a skillful and imaginative analysis. To make a sound decision, it is not necessary to have all the facts, but it is necessary to know what information is lacking in order to judge how much of a risk the decision involves, as well as the degree of precision and rigidity that the proposed course of action can afford. The manager must know where lack of information have forced him to guess. He must define the unknown. There is a third step, developing alternative solutions. Okay. As you collect information, you will probably identify several possible paths of action or alternatives. You can also use your imagination and additional information to construct a new alternative. In this step, you will list all possible and desirable alternatives. It should be an invariable value to develop reversal alternative solution for every problem. Otherwise, there is the danger of falling into the trap of the false either. Or taking an example, okay, an old plant of a small plumbing equipment manufacturer had become absolute and threatened at the company with the total loss of market position in a highly competitive and price conjunction industry. Management rigidly concluded that it had to move out of the plant, but because it did not force itself to develop alternative solution, it decided that it had to build a new plant, and this decision bankrupted the company. Okay, actual there were plenty of alternative courses of the action. To subcontract the plant, to become a distributor or another manufacturer not yet presented in the territory, etc. The above and many such cases reveal how limited most of us are in our imagination. We tend to see one pattern and consider it right. Alternative solutions are the only means of bring our basic assumptions up to the consequence level, forcing ourselves to examine them and test their validity. Alternative solutions are no guarantee of wisdom or of the right decision, but at least they prevent our making what we would have known to be the wrong decision and had we but thought the problem therefore. Okay. What the alternative are will vary with the problem. It is rare of alternative to be lacking for any courses of action. Indeed, a sound edges. of the manager is that if there seem to be only one way of doing anything, that way is probably wrong. In such a case, the manager probably has not forced himself to consider other way which is necessary. If the decision is to be the best possible, the ability to develop alternatives is often as important as selecting correctly from among them. On the other hand, ingenuity, research, and prosperity will often unearth too many choices that they cannot be adequately evaluated. The decision maker needs help in the situation, and this, as well as assistance in choosing the best alternative, may be found in the concept of the strategy factor. The limiting factor is one which stands in the way of accomplishing a desired factor. If these factors are clearly recognized, managers will confine their search for alternatives to those which will overcome the limiting factor. A limiting factor in a manufacturing enterprise may be lack of cash. Decision upon the best solution. In choosing from among alternatives, the more an individual can recognize and solve for those factors which are limiting or critical to the attainment of the desired goal, the more clearly and accurately he can select the most favorable alternatives. Okay, there are four criteria for picking the best from among the position alternative solutions. First one is risk. The manager has to weigh the risk of each alternative solution against the expected gains. First one is, and the second one is economy of effect. Which of the possible alternative solution will give the greatest result with the least effort? Far too many managers pick an elephant gun to catch sparrow. Too many others use slingshot against 40-ton tanks. There's a lots of difference. It want to make you understand. Third one is timing. If the situation has great urgency, preferable course of action is one that dramatize the decision and serve notice on the organization that something important is happening. If on the other hand, long consistent effort is need, a slow start that gathers moment may be preferable. Okay. Limitation of sources. The most important source whose limitation has to be considered are the human being who will carry out the decision. No decision can be better than the people who have to carry it out. Their version, competency, skill, and understanding determine what they can and cannot do. Efforts must be made to rise the ability and standard of the people, or new people may have to be found for the purpose. In selecting from among alternatives, a manager has three bases for decision upon to him: experience, experimentation, and research and analysis. Okay. Reliance on past experience probably play a large part than it deserves in decision making. This attitude is more pronounced the more experience a manager has had and the higher in an organization he has risen. To some extent, the attitude that experience is the best teachers is justifiable. This is danger, however, in relying on one's past experience as a guide for future action because future may have new problem and event. On the other hand, if experience is careful and lies rather than blindly followed, and if the fundamental resource for success or failure are distilled from it, it can be useful as the basis of decision analysis. Experimentation is another way to help make decision. An obvious way to decide upon alternatives is to try them and see what happens. Such experimentation is used in scientific inquiry. Experimentation is likely to be the most expensive of all techniques, but there are many decisions which cannot be made until the best course of action can be ascertained with experiment. Okay. Research and analysis is the most generally used and certainly a most effective technique for selecting from alternatives when major decisions are involved. Research and analysis is much cheaper than experiment. Okay. Yeah, experiment need more time, more cost effective. So we need go for research. Okay. The approach entails solve a problem by comprehending it. These thus involve a search for relationship between the more critical variables, constraint and premises that bear upon the goal sought. In the real sense, it is the pencil and paper, or better, the computer and printout approach to decision making. In the second place, the solution of a planning problem required that it be broken into its component parts and the various tangible and intangible factors studied. A major characteristic of research and analysis approach is to develop a model simulating the problem situation by mathematical terms and relationship. Being thus able to conceptualize a problem is a major step toward the solution. Process of evolution. Once you have weighing all the evidence, you are ready to select an alternative that seems to be the best one for you. You may even choose a combination of alternatives. Your choice in step very likely be the same or similar to the alternative you placed at the top of your list. Okay. Once appropriate alternative have been isolated, the next step is to evaluate them and select the one which will best contribute to the goal. This is the point of ultimate decision making. As we approach the problem of comparing alternative for achieving an objective, both quantitative and qualitative factors need to be taken into consideration. Quantitative factors are those which can be measured, such as various type of fixed and operating costs and the time and costs associated with ancillary services. Qualitative or Unmeasurable factors are such as quality of labor relation, the risk of technological change, or the international political climate. In many cases, even the best of equality plans are destroyed by an unforeseen war. Okay, the evolution of alternative may utilize the technique of marginal analysis, wherein that additional revenues and additional costs are compared. Marginal analysis can be used in comparing factors other than cost and revenues. For example, to find the optimum output of the machine, one could vary input against output until the additional input equal the additional output. This would then be the point of maximum efficiency of the machine. An improvement of traditional marginal analysis is cost effectiveness or cost benefit analysis. Cost effectiveness is the technique for a choosing from among alternatives to identify a preferred choose when objectives are far less specific than those expressed by such clear quantity as sales cost and profit. For example, defines objective may be so unspecific as those to repel enemy attack. Social objectives such as reduce air pollution, reduce unemployment, etc. Making the decision effective. Finally, any solution has to be made effective in action. It has of the essence of a manager's decision that other people must apply it to make it effective. A manager decision is always a decision concerning what other people should do. They must make it their own to convert the solution into action required that people understand what change in behavior is expected of them and what change to expect in the behavior of other with whom they work, what they have to learn in the minimum necessary to make them able to fact the new way. Okay. However, it is poor decision making to present that decision. If people are required to learn all over again, it is better if the people who have to carry out the decision should always participate in the work of developing alternatives. Precisely because the decision affect the work of other people, it must help these people achieve their objective, assist them in their work, contribute to their performance better, more effectively, and with a greater sense of achievement. If it cannot be a decision designed merely to help the manager perform better, do this job more easily, or obtain greater satisfaction from it. Implementing and verifying the decision. Effectiveness of decision in achieving the desired goal depend on it. Implementation best decisions are futile if they are not effectively implemented. Further, follow up is essential to verify the proper implementation of the decision and to modify decision. If necessary, follow up system will ensure the achievement of objective. You are now ready to take some positive action by beginning to implement the alternative you choose in. In this final step, consider the result of your decision and evaluate whether or not it has resolved the need you identify in step 1. If the decision has not met the identified need, you may want to repeat certain step of the process to make a new decision. For example, you might want to gather more detail or somewhat different information or explore additional alternatives. Okay, so you have to go with a review your decision, review your problem, review your decision, and what the impact come on the output. You have to watch all the outputs. Okay, thank you.